You'll have a recording of this class as well, so don't worry. It will all be shared in due time. Now, someone confirm, are you able to see my screen? Able to see my screen? Tiffany, are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, we can see it.
Awesome. Now, yesterday we looked at data wrangling. We discussed, we saw what it entails, what it does, and what have you. But today I want you to introduce you to something I think you've seen in job descriptions and even on LinkedIn as well, and even on social media platforms. It's called data visualization and data mining. Now, what do I mean by this? Data mining is simply the art and practice of unveiling hidden insights. Let me put it in simple letters: unveiling hidden insights and patterns from the results of your analysis to drive value, or to be used in optimizing data-driven solutions. So remember, as you learn, always ask yourself, what am I trying to solve? What you're trying to solve in data wrangling was to transform the data into a format can be used for analysis. Then, remember what we said, that process can never be skipped and what have you. So this one now comes after you've done the data wrangling. You've cleaned the data, you've collected it well and what have you. Now, for data visualization, just like the name says, in simple terms, it simply means to present the results of the analysis in a format that can be used to drive value as well. Now, data visualizations should be designed in a way that it not just looks beautiful, but also can drive, can even somebody who's completely green in data, or somebody who doesn't have any Excel knowledge can be able to quickly make a decision from it. In short, it should be able to explain itself without you actually being there to explain it. So that is now what we want to achieve today, but it is an introductory part. So this is, we are laying the foundation this entire week. So from next week, we look at various the intermediate Excel as we head over to the advanced Excel. So buckle up. It's going to be an interesting class. You know how we do it. Anytime you feel like too fast, you like me to repeat, please unmute and ask. So that is why I'm here to assist you. Now, at Bounty, we don't just mentor or coach people in just the basic Excel skills. This is what I want. We aim so that you can become a standard professional and excel in your career as well, using these skills that you learn here. So let me show you. We are going to use this data set here. Now, we did the wrangling, we did the extraction, we did the categorization and that. So the first thing that we did in data visualization actually is designing this entire table. If we didn't know, even just freezing this first row, it becomes dynamic, and even adding these filter buttons, somebody is clearly able to see what is there and filter through on their own without you actually being there to assist them. That is what we checked yesterday. Now, today I want to take it a step further and introduce you to one of the various techniques we can use to unveil hidden insights and patterns, which is called conditional formatting. Now, this is a very, very nice trick, and I will guarantee you many companies will ask you for this in either the assessment tests or when you make an application or during the daily task. You cannot escape it. I'll guarantee you that. regardless whether you're in NGO, whether you're going to venture into finance, into statistics, health, doesn't matter. It is universal. So let's give it an example. We want to use the profit column to make some conditional formatting technique. So how do you go about it? Conditional formatting is just a simple method to present data even if in large data sets like this one, so that even when somebody is like a manager or a CEO can just see and then, all right, I can see this one here we made a loss and oh, here we made a profit. So that is what we are trying to achieve today with conditional formatting. So how we do this, press Control Shift down like that. You see here over styles. Remember when we looked at the first lesson, we skipped this part for a reason. Now here we are coming to see it. We can use conditional formatting. We click there. Then we can come to data bars. Remember what determines these filters and conditional formatting techniques is always the data type. I've stressed that enough. I think you've understood up to now. Now we come here, you can select one rule direct. For example, you can come there and click directly like that. So what will happen? You can see here that there's some bars. So this one, it calculates just the sum and then divides it like that as well. So let me undo and do using the shipping cost so that you can see. Yeah, I know you could not see because of the negatives. I wanted to show you that. You can come and select this one. Let's say that one. And there you can see you have the highest shipping cost is there, the middle one. Even the bar length should guide you. It's 410. You can scroll up to there. Now, if let's say you are to filter from largest to smallest, give it time, you can see how the bars are going to decrease. Are we understood up to that point? So this is one way. Now, if you want to edit this rule, just reselect the entire data set. Now, don't worry. If you see no bars here, it means that the data is really low. So meaning here, this good is saving us a lot of money, which happens to be, which is the customer name. It doesn't have any shipping costs. As a manager, I come and see this product tractor index tabs, no shipping cost. So this one is really saving us money as well. So as a manager, I like to incentivize that person. Now you can come here, then you can edit rules. You can come and click manage rules. If you want to delete, you can clear rules there. So I'm going to come here and select current selection. We've already selected the data set. Applies here. We'll look at the dollar signs in just a while. Don't worry about it. Now let's click edit rule. We can come and click edit rule. You can select it as a border. You can put a solid border to look like this. We can also change the color over here. Come here to more colors. Make it something like that. Then you click OK. Then just click apply. Looks nice, isn't it? And there we have it. Any question on conditional formatting in the shipping cost column? Tiffany, any question?
No, I don't have any question.
David, any question?
So when you apply the conditional formatting,
Yeah.
Did you first sort it to from highest to low?
No, I did it.
It just did itself.
I sorted it after I did the conditional formatting so
Okay,
that I can show you how a manager
That
sees
it
it.
shows. Okay, that's fine.
Are we okay up to that point?
Yes.
Okay. Mercy, any question? Sorry.
No.
Okay, so that is how a manager interact. Now, it is even possible to format for text. Remember what determines is the data type. So let's come to order priority. Then you can come here to highlight cell rules. Then here you see that there's text that contains. By the way, if you want to check for duplicates, you can also use conditional formatting like that. Then you can come here, select text that contains. Now watch. If the text contains, let me select a different one to save time. One that has only 3 categories. Take this one, just to save time, but you can practice this one. So if let's say we want to use the conditional formatting for this ifs column, remember we got ifs, right? So let's say I want to select here that has a loss. I can just type here loss. I come here to light fill red text, or I can even edit further and click on custom format. It takes me here to this nice pane. Then I can add the color to be red, for example, like that one. I can add a strike through if I want to. I can change the border to, let's say, black like that. And then I can choose a fill. I can leave no fill if I want to. So this one is just playing around with it. Then press OK and click OK. So anything that has a loss, the way we formatted it will appear like that. So if you want to format the rest, you come back here, select the data set again, remember Control Shift down, click text that contains. Now here I'm going to select medium. Watch out this as I type what has happened because of here. Then I'm going to select, let's say, yellow, for example, like that one. Then I'm going to click OK. Now you can see that the mediums ones have the yellow fill with the yellow font color. Remember, you can go to custom format like we did for loss to edit further. Let's now edit high. We can represent it with a green, isn't it? Come here to highlight cell rules, text that contains. Then here we come and highlight with green. Then you can type here high. Remember, the data type that you enter, the data you enter here must be present here. So it has to be an end result of the formula, not the formula itself. So you can come here as well, custom format. Let's add a font color. You want to change it to this green. Don't need a strike through. You can add a fill. Let's say this fill like that. Then the border, you can also add a border and then also put like that as well. Then the color, can put the color to even be a green border like that. Then if you're not okay, you can clear, then can also play around with this. So I'm going to click OK, then OK. So something like that. Now, how does this help? If you want to filter, remember we did not sort by color because we did not do any formatting. Now that we've done some conditional formatting, you can sort by color, or you can filter by color. For example, if I want to filter by green alone, it will only filter for the one that is contained green, which is high. And we can see here the adjacent shipping conditional formatting that is done there. So far so good. Any question? David, are you okay up to that point?
I'm very okay.
Mercy, are you okay?
Yes, I am.
All right, let's move on. Now, does somebody have a question? Right, let's continue. Let's come back now to, let's say, the shipping cost. Let's clear this rule. Want to show you something different. Come here, conditional formatting, then clear rule. Now don't select from entire sheet or you'll have to redo everything. So I'm going to clear rule from selected cells like that. Then I'm going to now use a different one. We want to apply what we learn. If you've done anything microeconomics, you can relate with what I'm about to say. You want to minimize cost. So you can use conditional formatting to do that. I'm going to come here to icon sets. Then I'm going to select more rules. There are various icon sets you can play around with as well. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I'm going to select an icon style like this one. And I'm going to click on reverse icon order. Tiffany, take a guess. Why do you think I've clicked the reverse icon order? Take a guess.
I have no idea.
Okay, no worries. Mercy, take a guess.
I don't know.
Right. Judy, would you like to give it a try? Take a guess. Why do you think I've clicked on the reverse icon order? Take a guess. Think she's not with us. David, did you like to take a guess? Give it a try. There's no harm.
Reverse icon order.
Yeah. Take a guess. Before, it was like this. Okay? But
Okay.
after I clicked here, the icon, the order was reversed. Whatever was down came up and whatever was up went down. Now, why do you think I clicked here? Just give a guess. Any guess?
So that you start with the lowest. Okay. As you progress to the highest.
It's okay.
I
A
don't know.
good guess.
Okay.
A good guess. Now, all those, it's a good attempt. Now, I want to take you back to business studies or economics for those who've done similar microeconomics units. Remember, any business wants to minimize cost, okay, and maximize profit, which is why here the bars were high. By default, the bars were high if you could have done for this one, or even sales as well. But this is shipping cost. The firm wants to minimize shipping cost because it is an expense on their side. Hence why we click the reverse icon order. Now, if it was left like this, we'd be saying that it is okay. Remember, this is a green tick, that the shipping cost should be high. Doesn't really make sense. So if we click here, we are reversing in the sense that the higher the shipping cost, it looks like a red flag or an X, saying that we should minimize this. For example, here the profit is a loss and the shipping cost is high. So conditional formatting can really help a lot in that aspect. So that is one benefit of the reverse icon order. I hope, Tiffany, you've gotten an idea now.
I have. Thank you.
Mercy and David, I hope you've gotten the concept.
Yes.
All right. So that is now why we did. Now remember here, you can change the sign. Remember the greater than, less than, depends on how you want it to be. And you can also set the value. For example, if the value is greater than 70%, you can assign this, or you can even change it to number or formula or percent. This is entirely up to you. So here I'm going to change to 70. By default, it's 6733. Here I'm going to change to 40. So percent. And there we have it. Now this is actually correct. So if I'm to filter from smallest to largest, we can see we have a green flag. Here we are getting some profit and the cost is low. So for example, which product has the lowest shipping cost can come here and get this product name. The Eaton computer has it doesn't have any shipping cost at all. Same as this one. And they are both making a profit, no matter how small. So that is how people can easily unveil hidden insights using conditional formatting in Excel. Any question?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, please ask.
From your sheet, from there, you said that you set the icon
Yeah.
so that, for example, you assign a value. If the shipping cost is high, it should highlight a red flag to indicate that maybe you should give the lowest priority, and for the one with the lowest shipping cost,
Yeah,
you give it a higher priority.
yeah,
Uh, from your icons, you had three. You had three. One was red, then green, and there was another.
yeah.
But from your sheet, hapa kwa shipping cost zote ziko green regardless of high or medium.
Oh yeah, I'm saying I've done this because I've sorted from smallest to largest. But
So if you move down,
if
it'll
you
show.
move down the sheet, you'll find the various other ones that are red and green. You see, they are here. I don't know if they've been able to see them.
Yeah.
So that is just basically applying what you learned. Right.
But
Yeah, please continue.
you have a medium that has a green icon, and you also have another medium that has a yellow hazard. Why?
The reason is because of what we've set here. Remember, if you come here to conditional formatting edit rule, it is dependent on whatever we set here and only what we set here, not what is here. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
So unless maybe if here was 50, we can even set it like that. So let's look at the formula. If it is 500 and then 0, so you can come and edit. So 500, 0, then less than 0. It's still possible. So let me come and select here. Click there. We see if it has detected. Good. Edit there. Now, instead of percent, you can come and put a number. So, actually, this is for profit. You'd even be doing a bigger mistake. Yeah, I've seen. This one is for shipping cost. This one was for profit. But if you do the same for profit, and then you set here by default as number, you can even try it. So that you understand. Now, conditional formatting, icon sets, more rules. I'm going to select a different icon set, so work with me. So you can use the green red flag. You are not going to reverse the icon order because it's profit. You want to maximize profit. So you are going to leave it as it is. Then you are going to put here as value 500. Remember the way you did if. Remember the way you did the if formula. That's what I've checked first. So I'm going to put here as a number. Here I'm going to put as a number. So if the profit is greater than or equal to 500, it is a green flag. If it is less than 500 and greater than or equal to 0, then you give it a yellow flag, the medium one. Anything that doesn't fit these two fits or negative is given a red flag, meaning it is a loss. So you're going to click OK. Then we just elongate. Then you can see. So for example, that is dependent on the this formula. Then if we can filter here through and filter and select only by the green flag. So you can come and filter by the green flag. You can see all of this is high. I don't know if I've answered your question. I think it was Judy. You are the one asking, right?
Yes,
No.
you have.
Yeah?
It was Mercy.
Oh, it was Mercy asking. All right, sorry, I think I must have confused your two voices. Apologies for that. My sincerest apologies for that. But I hope you've understood what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can use whichever. If you want them to match, it's still okay. You can do it like that. If you want them both to be combined as well, you can play around with them like that. So whichever way you want to utilize it. But that's how you can apply it directly. Right, so moving on, that is how you can use conditional formatting. Of course, there are various techniques. You can select a date. If it's a date column, let's say you can set between, you can play around with this one. Remember, I show you the advanced editing method here, not forgotten. So you can come here to highlight cell rules, then between or a date occurring. So yesterday, or you can then set can play around with it however much you want. So basically, this is just conditional formatting. There are various techniques, but basically it's the same. You can also explore color scales. I've shown you an advanced one, actually icon sets. Data bars, you can also utilize them as well. You can use greater than, less than for numbers. This is entirely dependent on what you want to achieve and the data type in that column. Sounds good? If you're with me, please give me a thumbs up. Yeah, I don't know why Liz is leaving the meeting. I hope she'll be back. So let's continue. Now, something else I want to help you with that you can utilize to unveil hidden insights and visualize your data is called Excel tables. I want to show you this one a bit more in depth. So pay attention, work with me. Now, to insert an Excel table, you click anywhere inside the wrangled data, the clean data. Click insert. You see over here, head over here to tables, then click there. Now, it will select this checkbox, my table has headers, to detect if any formula above here has a header. If the first row is the header, which in this case it is, then you click OK. Then we have it. Now, we can come here to table styles, then you can edit. Remember, anything that you insert comes after help. And later on, you'll see how other exciting tabs. Then you can come here and set the style that you want. For example, I'm going to select this one. Then you can also select the total row. Then the total row will appear there at the bottom, as you can see there. Then you can also add the filter button, or you can remove as well. You can also add banded columns just to make sure that it looks nice, beautiful. So if you want to change the design, you see, then you uncheck the banded columns. This is just you playing around with it, so feel free to play around with it as often as you want. Now, you can rename this table over here under properties section. Under table name, you can rename this table as sample data cleaned. So you cannot remember, I wanted to make that mistake intentionally so that you can see this. So it has to start with an underscore. It cannot include a space, doesn't conflict existing name the workbook. So it has to match these three. Now because of the space, we can correct it by just renaming it like this, sample underscore data underscore cleaned. Then it happens to work like that. So I'm going to delete. You can use delete sheet 2 by the way. So this is now this table, and you can see the table name. We've renamed it over there. This is beneficial in just a few minutes. Wait, you'll see. And remember, we've already frozen the first row, so you can insert a new table if you want to. Now we want to explore different avenues, and I'll also show you some more interesting formulas as we continue here. Now, for example, we want to get the total sales, so you can get sum. There are two ways you can go about it. The first one, you can head over here, then come to total sales, then Control Shift down up to the bottom as usual. You can do like this. Let me just show you. Then you close bracket, then press enter. It will give you the total sales. Now the second method that you can use if you don't want to go back to that sheet is like this. Write a sum formula. Now we write the table name. Remember, we renamed the table, so you write sample data cleaned. You can see it is stored here. Press double click on it. Then we open the squared parentheses. Are we together up to this point? David, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Judy, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, please, if you get lost, please tell me. Now here, remember the parameters we looked at. We can now just scroll down and select the column that we want. So here I'm going to scroll down, then select sales, press tab, then close parentheses like that, then close the normal parentheses like that as well. If you can see, it is the same formula, same result, but different methods. So I want to make a vote. How many are going to use the first method? Give me a thumbs up. Don't be scared. How many prefer the first method? Give me a thumbs up. Okay. Adam, welcome. How many of us prefer the second method? Thumbs up. Good. So whichever method you decide to use, it is entirely up to you. So please feel free. Now, I want to show you a way you can come up with a more detailed summary of this formula here. So I want you to pay attention because this is also part of data mining. We can use formulas for extracting hidden insights, for mining, and also for visualization. But I'll show you how to mine using this large data set as well. So I'm going to delete these two. Then I'm going to calculate the unique or distinct, let me even call it distinct customer name. Now remember, this is the real world data that we've cleaned, but you can see, like for example, sometimes you can find that one customer has made more than one purchase. So here we can see, you can utilize this column. You can see Paul. You can find him somewhere else down there as well. So it is possible, and not that the data is bad, but we want now to summarize it. Now, here is why I keep telling have Excel 2021, so that cannot miss out. Now to get unique, previously we'd combine so many formulas until you get tired. But with Excel 2021, it has made it easier. So Excel 2021, 2024, or 365 or later, whichever I want to use. Or you can use Google Sheets to practice if you don't have access to this one. It's also there. So you can use unique. Now the unique brings the unique array of the formatted of the column. So I'm going to use the second method. So I'm going to select sample data cleaned. Then I'm going to open the square parenthesis like that. Then I'm going to select clean customer name. Remember, it is the one that we cleaned. Then I'm going to close brackets. And it gives us a list of the unique customers that are present here. Now, if I wanted to count the number of unique customers there, let me even write it here. Unique number of customers, like that. So I'm going to calculate it here. Then I'm going to use two formulas. Watch, I'm going to write the unique again. Then the array sample data cleaned. Then I'm going to select this customer, cleaned customer name. Now, what this formula does, it brings us this array of formula of customers, the unique ones. But we don't want that. What we want is we want the unique customer name, get the count of that. So I'm going to close the bracket for the unique. Then ahead here, you can even put the cursor here in the formula bar, whichever method you find comfortable. Then I'm going to use the formula count A. Now there are two counts. There's count A and count. Count does it only counts the cells that has numbers. So for any other data type, it is recommended to use count A that are not empty. So you're going to select count A. Then this now parameter value 1 is represented by this entire formula. So I'm going to come here and close the bracket for this one here. Now notice this bracket is symbolic red of this one. Then I'm going to close. The second one, can see it has become bold briefly because of this one out here. Then I'm going to press enter. So the total number of customers we have is 795. And the number of rows was, I think, 50,000 plus. So that is how you can use formulas to do that as well. Now, any question on count A, by the way? Any question? Are we all good? Give me a thumbs up. If you are okay, give me a thumbs up.
Are you able to count the number of times? For example, that is it Mike or Mick? The number of times he appears in the list.
It is very possible. In fact, you've read my mind. That's where I'm going.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Now, before we do that, we want to sort these names alphabetically. Now, remember, whenever you use unique array, some formulas in Excel give a dynamic array which is represented in this blue line here, or the hashtag I showed you, or even the curly brackets, like they look something like this. So you ever see any of the three, those are formatted arrays. Now for this one, you cannot use the sort. So even if you put the icon, we cannot sort from largest to smallest here, or from A to Z. It will bring an error. You see, it cannot change. So how do we do this? To solve this one, we can use only a formula. Now in this case, for the ones that don't have curly brackets, you can use the formula sort or sort by. So sort works like this. You have the unique array that this one brings. Then we can sort it by index or from largest to smallest. But we look at that just now, so that I don't confuse you first. Remembered? So let's first get now the count of the number of times. So you can see the number of times this person has appeared. I'll show you sort in just a while. Remember, I'll confuse you on that. So number of times customer, number of appearances, let me write appearances, or even frequency, customer frequency. Yeah, don't worry, sometimes when you get good at this, you will do too much, but it's not a curse. Anyway, so the best way you can do this is using this nice formula. David, which formula is this called?
COUNTIF.
Good. I want you to understand. COUNTIF is a very, very nice and most common used formulas. So now we want it. Any formula that has if selects one criteria. Any formula that has ifs, average ifs, count ifs, has multiple criteria. But for it to work, you must have an array somewhere that has unique values. That is now why we started with the unique formula. So we are going to select the range that we have, the source range for this data, which happens to be the customer name column, the cleaned one. So I'm going to write a table like that. Then I'm going to write cleaned customer name. Then I'm going to put a comma. Now the criteria becomes this right here. Then you can close bracket, then press enter. So that one, it appears like that. So you see, it appears downwards like that. But we want to sort this one out so that the customer with the highest frequency appears above as the top one here. So we're going to come and write. This is now, I think, where I can use the sort. The other one was too complex for you at the moment. Sorted customer frequency table. So this is also a table. I'll show you why I've called it that way. So I'm going to copy paste this one, paste it here. Then I'm going to copy paste this one and paste it here. Come back here. Remember we did this like that. Now I'm going to use the sort formula. So you can use the sort or you can use the sort by, whichever one works for you. but you can practice the sort formula if you want to. It's pretty, you can sort that entire array, you sort it by this index, then you can set -1 or let me even just show you in short. So an array doesn't have to be a single column or row. It can be a combination. So I'm going to select this one, Control Shift right, Control Shift down. That is now an array. An array doesn't have to be anything. Even a single cell is an array in itself. So it doesn't matter the direction or the number of cells. Now we can sort it by this index here. So I'm going to select here. That is the index we want to sort. So you can select either ascending or descending. So I'm going to select descending from the one with the highest to the lowest. Now notice here I've put -1 for a reason. Because it is the one denoting the descending functionality. Now this formula sort is in Excel 2021 and above. So don't have that, please put Excel 2021. Then you close brackets, then press enter. I need to bring up an error, that's why I wanted to go for sort by. But that is how you do it, like that. So that is basically how you do it. But I want to show you sort by. So you can select the entire array. Then we can sort it by this array. Actually, sorry, I don't know what I've done. For me, I prefer using sort by, but you can also practice sort. Maybe there could be a place I've made a mistake. You can also feel free to correct me. Then by array, you can come click here, Control Shift down. Then you can sort it from now descending order. Then you can put multiple conditions. Sort only has one condition. Sort by combines multiple conditions as well. So you can select that one. Then I'm going to close bracket. Then you press enter. Voila. So if you wanted to know the customer who has the highest number of appearances, you can just do that as well. David, I hope I've answered your question.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can use whichever one you want. For me, I prefer using sort by because of the flexibility, but also you can use sort as well. So whichever method you want. Yeah, so remember, just to recap, sort is like that, sort by is the other one. So I'm going to select this array, then I'm going to select sort index, this array, right down there. Then I'm going to select sort order, maybe ascending. It brings an error, but that's how you basically do it. Yeah, but you can use sort by all the time, and also feel free to research more on sort. Maybe there could be a place I'm making a mistake, but I prefer sort by better. That's my personal preference. So, any question on sort by and unique and countif? Are we all good? Give me a thumbs up. You're not confused. If you're not confused, give me a thumbs up. Mercy, you good? Yeah, please don't give me a thumbs up if you are confused. I'm here to assist you. So, one thing I'll tell you, whenever you use these formatted arrays, you cannot insert a table. That is why I've not inserted a table here, because it will bring an error like that. That is the reason why I've not done it. You can only use this one for formulas that do not bring a formatted array. For example, if I wanted to convert this one, the customer name to lowercase, let me just do it here. Can do it possibly, so you can do it customer name, then I'm going to put it as lower. You can use the search functions here that don't bring formatted arrays, so in tables, so you can use lower, then you can select text like that, then you can close bracket like that. Alright, I don't know why it has not brought. right lower, then you can select this text right here, then close brackets. Yeah, so I know there's an Excel setting that I've not done well, but that is how it is. I think on your my Excel has a problem, but I think on your side it brings like that as well. So even if you wanted concatenate, even can try that one. Concat. Let's say I want to concat this one. Put a space in between, like that. Then you can also put a space, since you select custom ID, you can select that one, for example, and press enter. Yeah, I know it's not supposed to bring the formula. No, my Excel is the computer has a problem, but on your side it should bring the end result, so that you can auto-populate like that. But that's how you can use this one. But other formulas, you cannot use it in Excel tables as well. Yeah, I hope you've understood that part so that you can now move on. Now, moving on, don't mind my PC, I know it is still under repair, but we can also mine for extra insights using various formulas as well. So now here we have the customer frequency that we've sorted. What if, let's say, you want to calculate the total sales per each customer? So you can calculate here the total sales per customer. Yes, it is possible. So here what you can do, you can now come here, then select a nice formula called SUMIF. If you want to calculate the total sales per the customer, now the range we want to select here is the initial customer data set. So instead of going back, you can use sample data set like that. Then you can come here, select sales, something like that, close bracket. Now the criteria that you want is that one. Remember the sorted one here. Now the sum range is not there. Anything that you see, any parameter that has sum range, average range, must be a numeric range, and range that contains a numeric number. So for example, this one I'm going to use sample dataset cleaned, open bracket, then I'm going to select sales like that. So what this does, this is SUMIF. It brings us the sum of all the sales that we've done for each and every customer here. So you're going to press enter. So what have we not done well? So I'm going to reselect again. So SUMIF. So the range now becomes the customer name. So we're going to come and click here. Comma. So the criteria is this one, comma. Then now the sum range, you can come and click here. What have we not done? We've not selected the entire data set, so it's common to make that mistake. So you can come here down. If you have already reached the bottom, take the cursor there, Control Shift up, then Shift down to deselect this column title like that, then close bracket to bring an answer. Yes. So whichever method works for you, then also you can use the format painter here. So if the first method doesn't work, you can use the second one. So I'm just basically showing you how analyzing large data sets look like. These are some of the challenges you'll expect, so don't be scared. Then you can double click, then it does the SUMIF for the sales for each and every customer. Any question on SUMIF? Any question? Adam, you're okay? David, you're okay up to this point?
Yes, I'm okay.
All right. What about you, Tiffany? Are you okay up to this point?
Yeah, I am.
Right. I think on your computer, when you do this, the lower formula, it should work. I don't mind mine, but that's the procedure on how to do it. Yeah, so I'll sort the technical difficulties my PC over the weekend. But let's continue. Now we can also get the common, the exact, what do we call this? We can also get the average, profit for each and every one of these customers. So average sales, average profit per customer. Mercy, take a guess. Which formula do you think I'm going to use here? So far, if you've been following through. David, which formula do you think I'm going to utilize if you've been following through? Take a guess. I want to challenge your minds. Silence means nobody.
Average.
Good. Which average?
Average if.
Good. 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 Now we are following through. So we can also use average if like that. So the range, remember this one has not worked. Don't know why, but does. So you can select the range. So you come to the clean customer name again, like that. Control Shift down. Then the criteria that you want members to be form an array that has the unique values, and the unique values must be found in the range, by the way. That's a thing I forgot to mention. Then the average range, now you can come and select from this data set here. So you can come and select average sales. Remember, look at the position. So I'm going to select here. Control Shift up, Shift down once, then close bracket, then press enter. Then you can get the average profit for each and every customer. Then you can come here and then you change the data type. So I'm just going to click here, format. Let's see, is there any customer who's bringing us negative profits? Come to think of it. So if you want to sort this one, it is very possible. Let me delete this one. And then I paste it here so that you can see the beauty of sort by. So I'm going to copy this, paste it here. This one again, I'm going to paste it there. This one again. I hope you're following through. Paste it there. Then this one, I'm going to paste it there. So I'm going to select here again, like that as well. So we are going to use sort by again. So we are going to now to sort this array by the the average profit for the customer. So I'm going to select this entire array like that. We are going to sort by which array? This array here. An array can be a single cell, a row, a column, table, collection of cells irrespective of the direction, like that. Then the sort order we are going to sort is by ascending. So you want to find the highest profit and the least occurring customer. Very possible using sort by. So I'm going to select descending for the profit. We can also sort the same array again. You see, we've done already the array. We don't need to repeat this one. We can select by array now as the second parameter. So we can come click here by this array customer frequency like that. Then we want to sort it in ascending. All right, by ascending. So I'm going to select 1. 1 means ascending, -1 means descending. So I'm going to close brackets. Then we have our answer right there. Have you understood what I've done here, by the way? I wanted to show you the benefits of sort by over sort, but you can utilize whichever one you want. You can utilize whichever one you want. What have I done? Here. So, any question up to this point? Any question, I'll really be happy to take it. Now, what we have gotten here is the customer with the highest average profit as per the formula, and the customer who's carrying the most and has the highest profit, or carrying the least rather and has the highest profit. So you can also come and change here. Remember, you cannot change here, you have to come and change here. So if you want the highest for both, you can put descending. So -1 means descending, here it means ascending, then it changes as well. So that is, now you can see it has changed. It is Sean Miller, highest profit and the highest customer frequency. So this one, don't worry about this one. It starts from the initial one, this one, as per the formula. Remember, from left to right, in, going out. Those are how Excel formulas operate. Yeah, any question? Are we all good? Want to expand your minds as well. Now, I know there are things like VLOOKUP and XLOOKUP and what have you. Those ones are look at them next week. I want you to understand slowly but surely. Now, since we've done all this, we want now to insert a graph. Yes, it is very
Okay.
Yeah. Please ask.
Before you proceed, I have a question.
Yes.
When you are customizing the data for average profit per customer,
Yeah.
is there a difference if you use average if and average ifs?
There's not much difference.
Okay.
Only that average if is only for one criteria,
Yeah.
but average ifs is for multiple criterias. We can try that one, by the way, to help you understand. Ifs, just go and write it there next to this one. So I'm going to use average ifs this time. See the syntax, remember the syntax for average if. So now the average range starts here. So I'm going to come and select average if. So sales, click there, like that. Now the criteria range now comes before the criteria range, which happens to be the source range of our data. So we're going to come click here, Control Shift up, Shift down, like that. Now the criteria range, or the criteria one, in this case is the unique customer name, close bracket. Now here you can add multiple criteria range 2, range 2, depending on what you want to achieve. Now some ifs, max ifs, I don't know whether there is min ifs, they all work in a similar format as average ifs, only that it's finding the sum and the maximum. So it's more or less like the same. So I'm going to close bracket here, then press enter. So you can see it gives us the same result. I don't know if I've answered your question.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah, so basically that's it. Only that if you have multiple criteria, you can use average ifs, okay? So this is entirely up to you. Now, we want to insert a graph. So allow me to hide this, or maybe I can just show you how it does. So you want to insert a graph, let's say for customer and frequency. So you can come select there, come to insert, then illustrations, we skip there, skip here. Now we come here to charts. Now, what determines a graph, or rather our data visualization? Those are basically, it's just a fancy name for graphs. In Excel is the data types that are in question. Now, for example, you cannot use a line graph per se, or even use a scatter plot because of this text data. What you can use maybe is a bar chart, for example. Come click here like this one. So you can select, let's come select your bar. You can see here it is whatever we have here. Maybe let me get the unique country, the unique region to help us format easier. So I'm going to get that one to look good. Unique region, to be overwhelming. You need to understand. So I'm going to get the unique, then array, region. Where is our region? You have the central, or even you can select even market. I'll change there. Then I close bracket. You have the markets are 5, so let me change this one to market, like that. Then I'm going to get the count if for each, count if, right? So the range becomes now this market right here. Control Shift up, down, then you close bracket. Oh yeah, I know what I've done wrong. Yeah, haraka ina baraka. So there we have the count if. So this can even help you to show the customer frequency, by the way. So if let's say this one has the highest here is this one, so many customers come from this market. That is a very nice way. So you can get the total sales. You see which market has the highest sales. So you're going to use the sum if again. Or let's use some ifs to help you understand. So the sum range happens to be the total sales. So I'm going to come here to sales, like that, right? Then the criteria range 1 happens to be the market. So I'm going to look for market column here. Now the criteria can be a range or the criteria 1. So I'm going to come back here to sheet 2 and select here. Then you can do for many criteria as you practice at your own free time. Close bracket. Then you get the total sales like that. Now, also here, the total, you can get the average profit. Now here I'm going to use the average ifs again, so that to help you understand ifs, like that. So the average range that we want here is this one here. The average range for profit is that one, right? Come at the formula bar. Remember, anything average range, sum range must be a numeric value. So the criteria range must be the source range for the criteria that we've selected using the unique formula. So the criteria range for this one happens to be the market. So we are going to look for market, like that. Then close bracket. No, sorry. Then now we come to criteria before close bracket, which happens to be that one. Close bracket, and you get the average profit. So I'm going to just select like this. Format Painter this. It even carries the formatting of this one here, but you can come and then you can manage rules. Edit rule. Now here you can change maybe to percentile, maybe slash. Then just 40, 70, 40 for example. Then you can set it percent 40 and apply. Then okay, so that you can change that for edit formatted conditional formatting editing there. And also you need this one, you can come and just it like that. So at least that one looks good. So now we can insert a graph. This one it's also possible, only that it's look too crowded, but I'll show you later on how you can filter through. Not now. So we can come here, click there. Let's say that one. Then you can come and illustrations, click there. You can insert a bar graph or a pie chart. So for example, if it's a bar chart, you can have this one here, you can have that one there, then click OK. Now, watch one thing. Here, you cannot be able now to sort it out from largest to smallest. So how we can do this, we can now use the sort formula. So you can use sorted market. I'm going to call this one sorted market. Let me put it somewhere there. Minimize a bit. Sorry. Come back here. Minimize a bit. Yeah. So here you can come and use sorted market. Just call it like that. Then I'm going to use the sort by formula. Going to select this entire array, put a comma. We are going to sort by this array. Then you are going to sort it in descending from largest to smallest. Then close bracket. Then we can see we have our sorted array here. So this is just basically what we've done. So don't be scared. Then the total sales is here, blah 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 is there, what have you is there, then what have you is there. So now we want now to change this, can want to format this graph much better. So I'm going to come here to chart design. You can see I can change the chart type, you can play around with it, add data labels, it's entirely up to you. Now I want to focus on this cells, select data. Now you see the data range is this one. So I want to backspace and now select, instead of this one, it becomes this one. So I'm going to select that one. Then I'm going to click OK. Then you can see that I think it should have taken effect. Don't know, it's not taking effect, but that is how you go about it. If that one doesn't work, you can just delete this graph altogether. Right, then you can just come and insert afresh. So I'm going to come to insert, click there, then I'm going to bar, then something like that, or even you can come to column, something like that as well. Oh yeah, the bar graph was the inverted one, so the column is the normal one. So you can come here and then you can change the chart type depending on how you want. You can come and edit a pie. Can edit this one, you can edit a sunburst. Want to see how this one looks like, by the way, so you can click there. Let's explore. Then here you can add data labels. You can click on this plus sign, you can add data labels. Then you click here further, then show more data label options. You can add a value, then you can add a new line there so that it appears much better. Then you can also make this one bold. You can leave it the way it was. So this one is just up to you. You can increase the font size. Leave this one, all of it is becoming bold. It's okay. You can change the font color to white. Don't need a legend because it's already covered, but this small part will now not be covered. So that is one thing you might need to consider unless you enlarge the chart further. Then also you can come here to format. You can also click here, you can add a border, then you can come click there, look something like that. Then now we can give the chart a title. Now a chart title I usually recommend between 3 to 6 words. So I'm going to select here chart title. I'm going to select customer distribution per market. Doesn't have to be something very wordy, really. You're going to overwhelm these your end consumers of your report. Then also you can come and add a bevel. Remember what we did here, shape effects. You can add a glow. So in some visualizations it would be possible. You can add a shape outline like that. Then you can add outline to be automatic like that. So this is entirely up to you how you want to design it. Then you can add a fill, no fill, automatic, so entirely up to you. So you can see no fill, it's transparent, then that. Any questions so far on how to design and how we've come up with this graph? Are we all good? If you are good, please give me a thumbs up. Amazing, amazing. So this is a very nice way that you can use to design this graph as well. Now, if you want to insert more graphs, let me close this part. You can just come and select. Let's say you want now to see the total sales per customer, per market. So you can come click here for this sorted one. Then is press Control, select this other array, come to insert, then click here, then can come to all column charts. You can also add a funnel, so it looks something like this, entirely up to you, because remember we've sorted this one depending on this one as well. Or even you can come and then insert, let's say a set of column, can insert a trim up, something like that. I know for those of us who've been on LinkedIn, you've been seeing something like this. Then you can add data labels or data label options. Then can add a value. You can see the values are appearing. So the larger you make it, the more these other small visuals will appear. Then you can see there. So don't worry about Canada, it's quite small. So the larger the size, the more the space it will take. And then you can see the legend there. So if you don't want to see this legend, allow me to just finish editing here. Let me add a border as well. You can add a color to make sure it's something black like that, just to make it look nice. Close here, I don't really need anything else there. You can also increase the font size, but remember there is Canada small here, won't be seen. I hope it will be seen. Yeah, it will be seen as well. Then you can come and make this one like that, make it bold. Then you can say total sales per market, right? So something like this. I want you to position yourself as the sales manager or the sales director of this company of ours, and you've done this graph, or you've been brought for this graph, or you're the analyst who's done this graph, and then you visualize it. So Judy, would you like to make a decision from this graph? Give it a try. Judy, with us. Judy Kitio. Okay, Judy is silent. David, would you like to give it a try? Try to make a decision from this. Or what decision would you make from this graph?
No, it's very hard to make a decision from this graph.
Really? Is it? Take a guess.
Yes, I know, like for example, like APAC, is it? APAC has huge sales,
Yeah.
as compared to others.
Yeah.
And I can see that Canada is the least in terms of sales or revenues.
Yeah.
So from here, I can say that APAC is doing better than Canada. You can increase sales in EU. Yes, but the highest is APAC, and then the lowest is Canada.
That's
and Africa.
Yeah, continue.
Africa and is it EMEA are almost at the same level in terms of sale revenues.
Yes,
Yeah.
Indeed. That is a very good observation. So what recommendation would you give based on that observation?
Management observation.
Yeah.
Or management recommendation.
Yes.
That we need to concentrate in APAC and we need to concentrate in APAC, EU, and US.
Exactly.
And LATAM. Yes.
David, don't doubt yourself. You already made a data-driven decision. And a
Yeah,
very
thank
good
you.
one at fact. Yeah, I hope you've understood how you can make data-driven decisions. Now, David.
Yes.
So basically, that's what it is. You do your analysis, the wrangling we did. It now comes down to this exact point. Now you see how we've done the sort by and what have you. We've now designed and plotted this graph. Now you can just tell the managers, let us do more sales campaigns in APAC, or even find which products in APAC are making more money. We'll look at that, how to do such advanced visualizations as we continue with the course. But at this point, this is just how we basically do it. And I think it is also part of your assignment. So at this point, you just even can take even a snapshot of this, just this, even this one here, paste it on your socials or LinkedIn, write whatever David has said. You wrangle the data, did all that, then after that, you pasted, you said the key insight you got, and then you give a recommendation. That is all what it is about. Remember, while you are designing this, what problem are we trying to solve? By the way, let's trigger some minds. David, thank you so much for that valuable contribution, brother. Right.
Thank you.
You are welcome. Mercy, which problem do you think we were trying to solve, or from David's explanation, which problem do you think he was trying to solve? Or what was he aiming for? Assuming he was the one doing this analysis. Is Mercy with us? I don't know. Let's see. Mercy has left. It's unfortunate. Tiffany, would you like to take that question?
From my point of view,
Yeah.
I would think that the manager ataangalia ni which countries are bringing revenue to the company,
Yeah.
and which regions are also bringing, let's quote unquote, losses.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my point of view.
A very nice point of view. So, if you are the manager, what would you do about Canada? Or what would you suggest about Canada, Tiffany?
I will try to see the strategies that are being used in APAC, EU, and US, and try to employ them in Canada to see if those strategies will bring the same results as the other countries.
Exactly. Tiffany,
Yes.
do you see yourself doing this analysis and presenting it somewhere at the back of your mind?
Yeah, I'll try.
That is now what we want to achieve. That's the purpose of this week. That is what I wanted to achieve the whole of this week. So, you can do such graphs, such visualizations, and you can get very, very many insights from there as well. So that is something that you can practice with as often as possible. Yeah, and what have you. So let's look at one last one. So I'm going to select this APAC here. Now I'm going to create another sorted one, but now I'm going to focus on this one alone. So I'm going to use the sort by function. Very nice function, by the way. I'm going to sort this entire one. Now we want to look at the profit. We are going to sort by this array. Then the sort order we are going to select is descending again. Then I'm going to close bracket. Now this time I want to select ascending. We see how it looks like. Then press enter. Then I'm just going to the formatting. So I never use format paint, every conditional formatting applies. So I'm going to do like that. Now I'm going to insert a graph here. So I'm going to select EMEA like that, then like that. Going to insert, this graph, which is now what we call, what have we not done? Yeah, so there are no recommendations, okay? So I'm going to select, can't insert a tree map, can insert a bar graph. Let me reselect again. So I'm going to select here, that, like that again. So sometimes I think it's my Excel is not working well, but it's okay. So I'm just going to come back here. Then I'm going to select here. Yeah, don't worry, this one Excel happens to behave like this. So you can come here, then you select a line graph like that one. Then this one now shows what? Trend. Very good one for trend. So this is like hidden lines. So you can come here, select grid lines, can come here, select a legend, can come here, select up and down bars as well, can put error bars, can put axis titles. So I'm going to select here, let's say something like that for now. Then can come and play around with this one. Can put data labels, going to select grid lines and then primary, major, vertical. Want you to watch, I'm going to design this one. So I'm going to rename this one as, you are selecting it as profit per market, or you can even put your average profit if you want to. Remember 3 to 6 words ideally. Then I'm going to come here, double click on this to open this one here. So the color, I'm going to put it as black. Then I'm going to come select these gray ones here as well, set it to black. Hope you're following through. Then black again. And also here I'm going to set these ones to black. That then I'm going to make it bold. Here I'm going to make it bold. Then here the axis title, I'm going to double click, backspace, then call this one average profit. AVG means average by the way. I'm going to press Ctrl A to make this one black like that, then bold. Then also here I'm going to now select it and put it as market. So this is how you design the graph. Should just communicate value, and the details should be clearly seen. So if you're going to use data labels, make sure that they are clearly seen. So I'm going to make this one bold like that, crease like that, and there we have it. Now, are you able to make a decision from this? I think I saw the name Victoria somewhere. Are you able to make a decision from this graph? Victoria, are you with us?
Yes. Yes, I think you're able to know which maybe markets to invest more in because you know which market is bringing you the most profit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe also which marketing strategies to apply in the lower profit markets. Yeah.
Which is good. I know we've not selected dates here, but we look at it as we continue. But what would you say about the trend of this, the trend? Same to you, Victoria, still you. What would you say about the trend?
Okay, interesting. Maybe, I don't know, maybe with a certain time the profit decreases for some countries and in some countries it increases or something.
That is exactly what you've said, trend. Yeah, but I think I should have put dates here, so don't worry about it. We look at it as we continue. So what decision would you give the manager or the CEO or the chief marketing officer or the chief strategist based on what you see from this graph? Still you, Victoria.
I think
Yeah.
if I'm to give maybe a recommendation,
Yeah.
maybe it would be to put out more products out there at the start of the year, just before the start of the year, and when it nears the end also, because that's the time when the profits are really picking up.
Okay, so just to remind you, we've not put dates in this line graph, we've put markets, the various markets. So which recommendation would you give the manager?
I'm not sure, but I think Canada is quite a stable market. It seems the profits keep on going up. Yes, so maybe more investments in Canada.
What about EMEA? What would you say?
It's not a very stable market, so
Yeah.
probably how to monitor it. I'm not sure what recommendation I would give.
But you've been able to give one data-driven marketing strategy from this, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, that is now what you've done. So you can give all of yourselves a clap wherever you are. You've done an amazing job, even unveiling hidden insights. Now, what we've done all together, we've mined for insights and we visualized the insights and we've given strategic solutions from the results of our findings. I hope you've understood that part, Victoria.
Yes.
Are you now able to make, even if it's from a simple graph, are you able to make a recommendation based on that graph?
I think I can, yes.
That is positive. So that is all about the introduction to data mining and data visualization. Of course, I know we've not looked at slicers for a reason, but if you want to, you can also look at slicers here. You can just come there and then insert a slicer, but to look at it more in depth, so here I can just select slicer later on, but can play around with it on your end, then you can look at it better as well. So that is basically all about data mining and data visualization. But don't worry about slicers, we'll look at it as we progress, I think towards next week. So that is it for me. I guess I'll stop it there. So the assignment, I'll share the link to the assignment in the WhatsApp group. So it's basically what we've learned all through this week. So feel free to utilize your creativity. Feel free to utilize whichever method you want, okay? So don't feel closed to only Alvin's way of thinking. Be as creative and imaginative as possible. Are we together up to that point? If you're with me, please give me a thumbs up.